Welcome to Blazing Baseball, where we blaze through today's baseball topics. Now, right now on FS1 is the game one of the World Baseball Classic, and we have Cuba against the Netherlands. And we will have Pops joining us back on Saturday for when the USA will begin play. And I decided to instead starting during the MLB season, start during the World Baseball Classic because it's it's a high quality baseball competition that only comes around once every single few years. Now, you might be asking, what is the World Baseball Classic? And there is a good athletic article that gives us a breakdown. Let me pull it up. So this is by the Athletic MLB staff. It's been 5 years since Team USA blanked Team Puerto Rico 8-0 to win its first ever World Baseball Classic, and for the first time since then, the tournament is back. Pool play for the 5th edition, which was originally scheduled for 2021 but scuttled due to the COVID-19 pandemic, starts Wednesday. Run by the MLB, the WBC was introduced in 2006 and championed by then Commissioner Bud Selig. Sorry if I mispronounced any names in this podcast. As a way to grow the game on an international stage. This year's tournament features an expanded field of teams from 16 to 20, ranging from perennial powerhouse like the U.S., Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, Japan, and South Korea to first-time participants Great Britain, Nicaragua, and the Czech Republic. Here's what you need to know. The dates. The tournament starts right now, and it's on FS1. And which teams are playing? The field is made up of 20 teams playing in 4 pools. So Pool A is Chinese, Taipei, Netherlands, Cuba, Italy, and Panama. Pool B is Japan, Korea, Australia, China, and the Czech Republic. Pool C is the United States, Canada, Mexico, Colombia, and Great Britain. And Pool D is Puerto Rico, Venezuela, Dominican Republic, Israel, and Nicaragua. Where are the games taking place? The first round, Pool A will play in Taichung, Taiwan, at the Intercontinental Baseball Stadium. Pool B is playing in the Tokyo Dome in Japan. Pool C is at Chase Field in Phoenix, and Pool D is at Lone Depot Park in Miami. Second round games, the quarterfinals, will be played at the Tokyo Dome for the top 2 teams in Pools A and B. The Lone Depot Park for the top 2 teams from Pool C and D, and the semifinals and finals will be in Miami. How can I watch? What's the schedule? In the US, the games will be available on Fox, FS1, FS2, Fox Deportes, 2B, and the Fox Sports app. So the schedule is Tuesday, March 7th is Cuba versus the Netherlands. Wednesday, March 8th, we have Panama versus Chinese Taipei, Australia versus Korea, Panama versus Netherlands. Thursday, March 9th, we have China versus Japan, Italy versus Cuba, Czech Republic versus China, and Cuba versus Panama. Friday, March 10th, we have Korea versus Japan, Italy versus Chinese Taipei, China versus Australia, and then Panama versus Italy. Saturday, March 11th, we have the Czech Republic versus Japan, Netherlands versus Chinese Taipei, and Nicaragua versus Puerto Rico, Colombia versus Mexico, and then Dominican Republic versus Venezuela, and then Great Britain versus the US, and then Czech Republic versus Korea, and then Chinese Taipei versus Cuba. And then the next day, Sunday, March 12th, we have Japan versus Australia, then Netherlands versus Italy, Nicaragua versus Israel, Great Britain versus Canada, Venezuela versus Puerto Rico, Mexico versus US, then Australia versus Czech Republic. And then Monday, March 13th, we have Korea versus China, Dominican Republic versus Nicaragua, then Colombia versus Great Britain, then Israel versus Puerto Rico, then Canada versus the US. And Tuesday, March 14th, we have Nicaragua versus Venezuela, then Canada versus Colombia, then Israel versus Dominican Republic, and then Great Britain versus Mexico. And then Wednesday, March 15th, quarterfinal Pool B runner-up versus Pool A winner, then Venezuela versus Israel, then Mexico versus Canada, then Puerto Rico versus Dominican Republic, and then US versus Canada. The format is each team meets once in the first round. The top two teams from each pool by winning percentage. 8 in total move to the quarterfinals, which are sudden death. This is a change from 2017 when the quarterfinals also followed the round robin format. The 4 quarterfinal winners head to the semis, and you know what happens after that. And so, yes, there's going to be a lot of MLB stars on all these rosters. And we're still going to be using the old rules that are not going to be implemented in the 2023 MLB season. All right, and so how long has this tournament been around? This is the 5th edition of the World Baseball Classic. Japan was the first ever tournament winner, beating Cuba in the final to capture the title in 2006 and winning again in 2009. In 2013, the Dominican Republic was undefeated, the only team to do so in the tournament's relatively short history, en route to its first WBC title. And the last time it was played in 2017, Team USA won for the first time. So that is the info on that. And I will give y'all the lineups for today's games. Pull that up. So for Cuba at right field, we have Raul Santos. Then center field, we have Luis Robert. Third base, Yohan Moncada. DH, Despaigne. Left field, Perez. Catcher, Quintana. First base, Drake. Shortstop, Auro Banera. And then second base is Mujica. And then for the Netherlands, we have left field is Profar. Center field is Burn Andina. Shortstop is Bogarts. First baseman is Gregorius. Second baseman is Shoop. DH is Ballantyne. Right field is Palencios. Third base is Simmons. And then catcher is Trump. And we're going to, this season, start another show that starts after this show, and it will be called Blazing Balls, where we'll be blazing through other sports balls topics. So I'll start that shortly after this episode, and we'll catch you all over there. Peace.